Shalom, back with part 3, all right, the other sheep, okay, who are Israelites, again, Romans 9, all right, and 4, who are Israelites to whom pertaineth the adoption, the glory, the covenants, and the giving of the law. Again, people, I've already read to you Psalms 147, 19 and 20, all right. So that covered the covenant and the law. And again, like I said, you can go to Jeremiah 31:31. And you can go to also Hebrews 8, chapter 8, verses 8 to 10, and virtually it'll say the same thing that you'll read in Jeremiah 31:31. All right, again, there's no mention of Gentiles or heathens coming into the inheritance of the Israelite. The second covenant is with the same people that were under the first covenant, the nation of Israel. Okay? Jacob is the lot of the Lord's inheritance. All right, Deuteronomy 32 and 9, people. Okay, the Lord never changes. Malachi 3 and 6. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed. All right? So anyway, so in the service of the Most High power and the promises. So remember, the promises were made unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, Abraham had 8 sons. Are all 8 sons part of the promises? Absolutely not. Okay? The promise went to Isaac. Remember, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then Isaac had 2 sons. Did the promise go to both children, both to Esau and Jacob? No. It went on to Jacob. Do you understand? And then, obviously, to what? To its descendants, its offspring. Okay? And we're about to get into that. Okay, let's scroll down here. Okay. Let's read it right here. Let's start at 6. Not as though the word of the Most High have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. Okay? Just like I just finished explaining to you. All right? Abraham had 8 sons. Okay? The promise only went on to Isaac, his second born. Ishmael was his firstborn, which are the Arabs. Okay? And then none of the other 6 are part of the promise either. Okay? You understand, people? Are you following? Okay? Verse 7. So, neither because they are the seed of Abraham, right, which I just finished explaining twice over, are they all the children. But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. And Isaac had 2 sons. Now, that doesn't mean that both sons, just like Abraham who had 8 sons. No, it goes to one of the 2 sons. Who did it go to? The promises. To Jacob. Okay? All right? You can go back to, Genesis, the 25th chapter there. Okay? And read on through, the 27th chapter. All right? Who the blessing. When you get to 27, it'll tell you who the blessings were given unto. It was given unto Jacob. Esau got a blessing, but his blessing was different. His blessing would be the sword. In other words, he would come into power and rulership through the sword. Okay? That's it, through bloodshed, the stealing of land, wealth, resources. You all know who that is. Okay? So, that is they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of God. So who's the carnal people? Who's the one that goes around to destabilizing nations, again, assassinating people, illegally invading nations, imperialism, all right, the wars. Who's the one who's doing that? You know who it is. Yeah, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. All right, so, see, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed, and that is Jacob. All right? Now, let's further prove upon that point. Give me a minute here. All right, we'll pick it up here in Genesis 35, and we'll pick it up at verse 10 and read on down, all right, to like 12. And the Most High said unto him that the name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel. Hello. See, that has nothing to do with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You understand, people, or any of the other 16 heathen nations, okay? But Israel shall be thy name, and he called his name Israel. And the Most High said unto him, I am, the Most High Power Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. Right? And we know that Yahweh Shai is, Lord of Lords, King of Kings, right? And he is the seed of David, right? He tells you that in the book of Revelations, the last chapter, the 22nd chapter, around the, 16th verse there. Okay? That I am the root and the seed of David. All right? There you go. Give me a minute. All right. And the land which I gave Abraham, right? And Isaac, to thee I will give it. To who? Unto Jacob, right? And to thy seed after thee will I give the land. That would be the offspring, right? That would be the offspring. Am I right? Give me a minute. All right, let's read the NLT version here. This is Isaiah 65:23. For they will not work in vain, and their children will not be doomed to misfortune, for they are the people blessed by the Lord, and their children too will be blessed, which is what? The offspring, right? Give me a minute. Definition of offspring.
Strong's H, 6631. Tze'etzaim. Tze'etzaim.
See, the offspring of men, see, the descendants, right? So we're talking about the descendants of Jacob, right? Give me a minute. You see what it says here? 144,000. And I heard the number of them which was sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Not Esau, Edom, all right, or any of the other 16 heathen nations. You got that, people? All right, you know what? We'll end this here. We'll be right back with part 4 to close this out. Shalom.